is the Multi-BC car. 42 vehicles will be contesting this race at the moment. That would be an amazing sight on the formation lap and heading down to turn 1. I'm not joined by Keith Barrick for this race, but he will be joining me, he says, for the rest of the season, so that will be excellent once again to have Keith alongside me like he was in Season 2. Looking forward to that, but for now you're stuck with me for the remainder of this race. The second race comes from Sebring in 2 weeks' time. After that we go to the Virginia International Raceway, which makes a return to the calendar after being left out in Season 2. And then after that we go to Norris Ring and Salzburg Ring. Salzburg Ring back in the calendar once again. Then Lusitana, brand new venue for us. Round 6 is also a brand new venue. Sorry, round 5 is going to be Salzburg Ring. Round 6 is Lusitana. Round 7 is a brand new venue, and it's going to be a wet track as well, which is a first for the World Touring Masters Series. It's going to be a wet event at the Potrero de los Alfuenes circuit, which I'm sure everybody is looking forward to. At least I think everybody but the Holden drivers and the Mustang drivers, which are Shannon Blond and Crooks and Torborg AL. And then we round out the season once again at the mighty Mount Panorama circuit, where at the moment we're on board with Toby Davis, who's leading the standings at the moment. He's shown scintillating pace throughout pre-practice, pre-season, and in the practice here today as well, and he's many people's favourites for the win here today. Of course, Toby, well known for having speed, but not the consistency. But I fancy he will be right at the head of the field for most, if not all, of this race. It's great to welcome back also as well Gregory de Grief, the Season 1 champion. He took part in half of Season 2 before pulling out due to personal problems. He's back once again. It's delighted to have him. We've also got Jesper Torborg in the field, the reigning ATCC and AGTC champion. He also won the final race of Season 2 at Mount Panorama in the World Touring Masters. And he's also contesting the World Supertech Series and the World V8 Supercars this season, so he's a busy boy. And it's great to see him in the field also as well. Jack Keithley, well-known racer from, of course, GRC, FSR, and currently leading the World Supertech Series WSS standings at the moment. He's showing great pace also as well. Let's run you through the field. Some drivers have done quali runs, some haven't. So as you can see from the positions, they're fairly close. Toby Davis is once more, as you can see, in his Caliber Andy Rice number 22 Sierra RS 500. He's had that since Season 1. He says he will never part from his car. He's not looking forward to the time when he can't drive it. In second place on the standing at the moment is Ben Crooks. He's had a change of car this season, so he had a Supra in Season 1. He had a Rover Vitesse, of course, in Season 2, for those who viewed last season. Coming second in the championship overall, after a great run in the middle part of the season, 3 wins in a row at Pukekohe and Salzburg Ring. But for this season, as you can see, he's gone the power route. He's gone for the Holden Commodore. It really is going to be delighted to see this in the field. It is so much fun to watch. And he's not exactly gone for an inconspicuous car. Look at the bright colour on that. Gregory de Grief has gone for the Nissan Skyline this season, the much maligned, much unloved Nissan Skyline through the first 2 seasons. But this season there's a couple of good drivers in it, and Gregory de Grief is definitely one of those. Jesper Torborg, as we're saying, is the reigning ATCC and reigning AGTC champion. He's been a pole sitter in the World V8 Supercars, been a race winner in the World Supertech Series, has been a championship winner in the race department Touring Car Championship. And so he's got plenty of pedigree, of course, and he's also, along with his teammate Ben Crooks, in the Holden. He's in the Larry Perkins number 11. Looking forward to fireworks from that. Great to see the Holdens at the front of the field here, because they're so much fun to watch. As you can see, they get sideways everywhere, and they are such beasts of machines. 5th place, once again this year, is going to be Chris Butcher in that number 7 Tim Harvey car. He was in that in Season 2. He was in a Supra in Season 1, but he's stuck with the Sierra for this season, as many drivers have. There's actually 12 Sierras in the field this season, which is the full complement. 6th place on the field at the moment is Jack Keithley. He's going to be contesting, of course, as you can see, in that yellow and black Benson and Hedges Ford Sierra Cosworth. This is the Ford Sierra that won the 1988 Bathurst 1000. That was with Thomas Mazera and Tony Longhurst at the wheel. Anders Nielsen contested in this car in Season 1. Anders Nielsen, unfortunately, not with us for this season, so we're not going to see his Holden exploits, unfortunately. But this was also campaigned by Paul Cullen in Season 2, this car, so plenty of history behind it. Jack Keithley going to do it justice, of course. Eric Tveit is back once again. For those who love a bit of incident, Eric Tveit is here, and he is in that Demon Twigs Dennis Leach number 4 Rover Vitesse once again, like he was in Season 2. Looking forward to more fireworks from the young Norwegian. He's got the speed. Can he keep it on the track? 8th place, a new entry for the World Touring Masters, just like Jack Keithley is William Levesque. William's gone for the Alfa Romeo this season. This is the Alfa Romeo that Gregory de Grief contested in last year. It's not the same skin, of course, but it is the same car. And William looking to push on from his experience in the World V8 Supercars, where he's shown plenty of top 10, top 15 pace. Very impressive so far. 9th place, and a new addition completely to the Touring Pro Series, is Jonas Ravio. He's, as you can see, in the number 05 Peter Brock Ford Sierra RS 500, the famous skin. Ben Crooks is going fastest at the moment in practice. You can see qualifying just 5 minutes away, 15 minutes qualifying. Ben Crooks, of course, is expected to be faster in that first sector because he's in the holding, as opposed to the slower, but not slow, Ford Sierra RS 500. Jonas Ravio, one of the number of Scandinavians who've taken part in this series. Kane Lasky is the only Volvo in the field this season, which is unusual considering the fact that it was the championship winning car last year and came second in Season 1. But it's not found much love this season. But Kane is putting it to good use. He's 10th in the standings at the moment. 11th place is second place in the World V8 Supercars Championship. Florian Strauss is also contesting the World Supertech Series and the Formula Pro Championship as well. So he's also one of those who's very, very busy, just like Tolbo. He's in the 635 for the season. 635 is all about consistency and making the car work over a long run. The way to get out of these is just keep it going and try not to pit is the answer really, but it may be that they have to pit here today. 12th place is a new driver to the World Touring Masters, but not completely new to the Touring Pro Series, because this is the winner of the World Touring Masters Endurance in 2011 round, Targa Florio. He absolutely smashed the rest of the field. He's gone in the 635 that he took for that event, and 635 is so good in those endurance rounds. Will it be good enough in these shorter events? This event is around about an hour long. Look at him pushing the car through the bus stop chicane. Oh, side by side with David Anderson. Anderson doesn't know where to go. Belarkert just trying to get that lap in. Obviously, felt he needed to get ahead. And Anderson, and Belarkert goes straight on anyway. Never mind. But Belarkert goes 6th with that time with a 2:33.1, so he's faster than Strauss. Strauss is down to 11th now as a result of 12th now as a result of that. 13th place, and a race winner from last season is Tommy Oyala. Tommy, again, was in the in that car last year in Season 2, and just getting it out of shape coming out of La Source. But he won at Trois Rivières with his softly approach there. He was very, very impressive. 14th was Evo Simons. He's again in that Sierra RS 500, number 6, as contested by me in Season 1 actually. So take care of it, Evo, for me. Always a solid race at Evo. 15th at the moment is Evgeny Volkov. It's brilliant to welcome the Russian back into... I hope he's Russian now, I've said that. The Russian back into the series, because he did very, very well in the few races that he contested in last year. Unfortunately, he had to pull out because of work, but he's back in now. He was in a Volvo last year, a Rover this year. I'm looking forward to this driver because he is very, very quick and extremely fair on track. An absolute pleasure to race against, as every driver has welcomed him back into the series. 16th place is Andy Oakley. He's again back in the series. He was in a Rover last year. He's now in, as you can see, the Nissan Skyline. John Wilson has followed up his interest in the World V8 Supercars. He won the Pukekohe round, of course, in that series. That was his first TPS win, and he's in a V8 Supercar-esque car, and he's in that Holden Commodore. He's not finding it quite to his liking so far this season, at the moment, but he's plugging on with it. Rasmus Salo also as well in one of those holders, another Scandinavian, another newbie for this series. Ravio just left the game, hopefully gets back in just before qualifying. Juha Mäki-Jupi, again, one of the Scandinavians who's joined us. He's in a Sierra RS 500 this year. 19th place is Danny Asbury. Those who've watched the AGTC or the ATCC will know him well. He's chosen the BMW M3 for this campaign. Alberti Asnaghi, one of the two Asnaghi brothers. There's Ricardo and Alberto. They contested in WTM E 2010, and they did very well there. They're sharing the cars, both in M3s this season once again. That's what they contested. Then there is Ricardo. Here is now Christophe Bajora. It's good to have Christophe back in this series. He couldn't contest the V8s because of certain commitments. He's back in the series again. He was in the 635 last season, changing to the Alpha this season. J.I.J. has gone back to the Sierra. He was in the Sierra in season 1, went to the Alpha, now back in the Sierra. Great to see Jay back also as well. He had some very strong results last season. Gary Lennon is in the Rover this season. This was the car he was going to take last year, and this is the actual skin that Crooks took to second place last season. So Gary's got a good car there. He contested in a BMW in season 1, and then he contested in an Alpha in season 2, despite the fact he did all his pre-season testing in this Rover. But he changed at the last minute. This time he's stuck with the Rover, so hopefully he gets more luck. 25th is Francesco Hubert. He contested in WTME also as well, and he's in that beautiful Rivalia BMW 635. Here's David Juntz. He's one of the drivers in the World V8 Supercars. Regularly top 15 place. Very, very solid indeed. He's in his Ford Sierra RS500. That's a new skin for this season as well. Shannon Blonde is the only Mustang in the field, and not doing too badly. He got an excellent 6th place alongside his co-driver Jason Wilson at the Phillip Island endurance event. Not sure what's happening there. 29th place at the moment is Yari Venari. And say hello to Yari because... Oh, I've just crashed out of the game actually on my screen. That's not very helpful. But Yari is 29th on the field at the moment. And Yari is the driver who creates all of the highlights videos for us. I just talk over them. He does all the work. He's an absolute saint. I love him to bits. Andy Bernard, he's gone in the Alfa Romeo also as well. Peter Bartfai has gone in the Skyline this season. It was the Mercedes last season. Tony Matthews is a new addition. He's in the Alfa Romeo. Nikola Ilivanov has stuck with the Mercedes but changed to a different Jürgen Muller car this season. We're just changing over to qualifying now. George Talbot, when he appears, will be in the... There we go. Everyone now is restored back. George Talbot. There we go. He's in the BMW M3. As contested in Season 1 by Gary Lennon. Season 2... as King Lasky drives into the back of George. Poor George. Season 2, George... this car was contested by Mark Van Niekerk. Probably better known for taking out Anders Nielsen when Nielsen was coming through to try and win the race at Bucco in race 1, enabling Nielsen to go on that immense charge from 26th on the grid to 2nd in race 2. Again, George has got to bump up the rear. People need to calm down in that pit lane. Lee Palmer has changed BMWs this season. He's still with BMW. He did 2 seasons with the M3s, now in the 635. Ben Davis has joined us. He's in the Sierra RS500, just like his brother, also an Andy Rowski. Christian Stroys is in the... what car is he? He's in M3, sorry. Couldn't quite see from there. Jeff Dobbing has gone for the Super this season after doing well in the Sierra RS500 last season. David Janderson is a new addition to the series. He's contested a couple of V8 Supercar races, and he's now in the Rover for this event. Marias Miervold back in that huge pink Holden from last season. Looking forward to fireworks from him also as well. Trying to hang on to that. Roy Magnez has changed to the Sierra for this season after the Super of last season. If you can bring him any more. Scott Sovic is a newcomer to the series. He's in the Nissan Skyline HR31. And David Cuthill's back in the series once again. And he's in the Sierra, the Supra, of course. So now we're in qualifying. There's 42 drivers on track, and Toby Davis has got Caroline right in behind him. Caroline almost losing it out of Pouan. Look at the traffic on the track though. Let's go on board with Toby Davis. For the rest of this lap, let's go quiet as we do that. As he heads around Stavelot, the traffic in front of him. As Toby Davis slows to let some of the traffic past. He's going to get home with his lap now. This is the most likely pole sitter for this race. If he can get a clean run in. Now as he's accelerating towards the line, he's going to go on a hot lap here. We're going to stay on board with him, and you can see the beautiful lines, the beautiful transitions that Toby has been doing. And I say that he's very slightly too late for last horse, but gets a good apex in the end anyway. So not a problem there. And now he heads towards La Source and the fearsome Eau Rouge. Up the hill he goes, grabbing the curb on the right hand side and running too far over the curb on the left. It's not going to be a good lap there from Toby. He'll lose lots of time. He's going to quit back to the pit, so after I talked him up, he's ruined his lap. Let's go on board with Ben Crooks instead. Ben Crooks isn't on the lap. Gregory de Grief is though, so let's stick with Gregory de Grief in this Nissan Skyline. This is the HR31, not the all-conquering R32. Rear-wheel drive, 400 brake horsepower, weighs around 1,230 kilograms. Not the greatest car to drive, it has to be said. I don't enjoy driving it, but it can be very, very quick. A little bit peaky in terms of its torque, unfortunately. Its torque is quite low also as well from that 6-cylinder 2-litre engine. As it brings it down now too. Finding the chicane, grabbing the curb on the right hand side, but not too much of it. Grabbing the curb on the left also as well. We see Toby Davis avoids the curb on the right hand side and grabs lots of the curb on the left. So you see the differences in driving styles from all these drivers here. Slight lock up as he turns into Stavelot and out once again. They'll have a slight list here, and then back on the power once again for the run now up to Blanchimont. Of course, this is a very, very fast part of the circuit. This is most of Spa, of course. Now he's coming to Blanchimont. And the road curves around, and then suddenly it's all narrow, and you have to just thread your way through here without running wide onto the grass and losing time. The grass is very, very bumpy here. You lose lots and lots of time going over it. Now braking hard for the bus stop chicane, getting in nice and tight and flicking it one way, then the other. Accelerate out the other side. Dance your way between the curbs there. Keep it to the inside if you can. Gregory has run out to the other side. 31.8 for Gregory de Grief this time around. You do a better lap than that. You will need a better lap than that to get pole position. Now the times start rolling in. Crooks is on an out lap at the moment. Jesper Tolbog is just on top. There he is on a 31.690. See who's on a lap at the moment. Ben Crooks is just starting one. He just got caught up in traffic at the same time. Who's that ahead of him? I think that's Maki Yupi, of course. So many new faces this season for me to learn. And now he's going to go through our original compromise, I think, on this run. Unless he can get a good run down the straight and in the slipstream. He pulls out. He might have got a bit of a slipstream. Got a great run as it is anyway. Look at that. Glorious sounding V8 power coming down the straight. Give him a quick flash to Livanov, who gets out of the way for him. He's a 10th down. It's a 10th down on Tolbog though, of course. That's a 10th down on his fellow Holden. Went a bit deep there in the first part of the Kings. Recovered it in the second part. Now has set himself up for the exit there. Now down towards the Rivage, one of the most difficult corners on the track. That needs even so much patience. And Tom Crooks doesn't quite have the patience. Brakes a little bit too late. Keeps it inside though. Wasn't too bad. Oh, too much on the power on the exit. Does he get back across the track quickly enough for the corner with no name? He does. Just about. Heads now down the straight, down towards Pujon now. Many drivers using the curb on the left, on the right even. Crooks deciding not to. Brings his way around. Very clean and tidy so far. Second plate is just coming up on that. And he's a 10th and a half down once again. This Rivio goes up in third. Volkov is in fourth currently, excuse me. Crooks now coming towards Blanchimont. Go on board with him through here. Decently fast. The road rushes beneath your feet. In Sector 2, Rivio is a 10th up. So it might just be a delay in timing. Crooks now braking for this bus stop chicane, trying to get the car slowed down. Wiggles one way, wiggles the other way, he corrects it, flicks it through the chicane. That was beautiful from Ben Crooks. What can he do towards the line? Keeps it nice and tight to the inside, running for the line now. Ben Crooks, what has he got? He's got a 31.827. Can't quite push Gregory de Brief down a spot. He's just 16 thousandths of a second behind the Belgian. That's a good lap there from Ben Crooks. Who is Rivio? Game was just catching up. Strauss is in 6th at the moment with a 32.4. Here is Levesque, he's in 7th. And he stays in 7th. That does not improve. Eric Tveit not improving that also. Jack Keithley in 9th. 10th is Jay Adjit. Try and find Toby Davis for you, of course, because he will be one of the last people to set a lap now, considering he didn't do very well on the opening lap. He's 42nd at the moment, quarter of a second down in the first sector. That's to be expected because the holding is so quick down that first sector, down towards the Coombs. Now he heads around, as I say, Puon, not Puon, down towards Puon, sorry, that's the corner with no name. Tommy Oyala in behind. He's now coming down towards the Fania chicane. The drivers have not set a lap time yet. That's John Wilson, Gary Lennon, David Junt, Nikola Ilivanov, David Anderson, Scott Sobick, Toby Davis and Kane Lasky and Chris Butcher. All not set laps just yet. Head of the field still is Jesper with 31.6. I fully expect Toby Davis to beat that. And he is half a second up in that middle sector. You see the difference between the two cars in that middle sector, and of course between Toby Davis's excellent driving here at Spa. He's put so much effort into this race. He'll be very, very disappointed if it doesn't all work out, but at the moment he's showing it will work out. He heads around Blanchimont, fairly tiny through there, but a small nick on the grass shouldn't be too much of an issue. Braking now for the bus stop chicane. A bit deep in there, manages to flick it through. Nice exit. Now heads down towards the finish line. What has he got? 31.4. It's not his best lap, but it is good enough for that pole position at the moment. I think that's fast enough, and anybody else go also as well. Cuthill has not set a lap time yet. Laskin's not set a lap time. Neither is Butcher, nor David Jansen, or Ilivanov. Ilavanov's not set a lap time. He goes up to 31st. A reminder to all, there is a 106% rule here in place. You must be within 106% of the pole sitter, else you will not qualify for this race. And in Sector 1, Eunice Rivio is up on Toby Davis. Sorry, there's so many drivers go through here. 43, as you can see now. Toby Davis heading towards Eau Rouge. He's going out on an outlap. Ben Crooks is on a lap as well. That's still with Eunice Rivio. He's the furthest along of the lap. Those who are on laps at the moment in the top 8. Yes, he is. Everybody else is actually on outlaps apart from... sorry, gone past him. Apart from Ben Crooks. Ben Crooks is a bit further back in the lap. Ben Crooks is also up in that first sector by half a second though. So that's looking like it could be a promising lap from Ben Crooks, because that's how much time Toby Davis was up in the second sector. So could be under threat there from Toby Davis. Eunice Rivio now heading into Fanish again, gone a bit too deep, and oh, who's rolled that? Looked like one of the White Rovers. That would be either Gary Lennon or Evgeny Volkov. I think it was Gary Lennon. And Rivio's gone far too deep there into the first part of Stavolo. Flashes his lights as he comes through. He's way, way down after that, those couple of errors. So quits his lap. He's going to quickly go out once again. Those who don't go out within the next 40 seconds will not get another lap in. Here is Ben Crooks. Flashes his lights as he comes past Ben Davis. Ben Davis gets out of the way dutifully there. No favouritism towards his brother. As Ben Crooks heads round the Fania chicane down towards Stavolo once more. And big Holden. Nice and tidy through there. Nice tidy apex. Just get the power down nicely. It's 0.290 down on Toby Davis after the second sector. Of course, Toby made a mistake into bus stop chicane. He lost quite a bit of time, and also the pole is so quick through this section, accelerating up now towards Blanchimont. Flies around. Can he keep nice and neat and tidy through here? Can. Almost ups the anti-cut on the inside. Oh, bit too deep onto the grass on the exit. Will that cost him? Will that cost Ben Crooks the chance of a pole position? Will it cost him the chance of even improving his position on the track? Oh, beautifully flicked through there from Ben Crooks. What lap time is he going to do? Going to come towards the line now. Ben Crooks goes across the line. A 34.491. It's a thousandth of a second from Ben Crooks. 2,000ths of a second. 1,000ths when it's rounded up. That is so unfortunate. What a fantastic lap time there from Ben Crooks. But just not good enough. A thousandth of a second really is quite incredible. Jack Keith comes up to 8th position. Gregory de Grief, meanwhile, is fastest in the first sector of anybody. Not as fast as not as fast as Ben Crooks, sorry. He's faster than Toby Davis. Of course, the car is a bit better than the Holden through this middle section. Florian Strauss now up to 6th in that BMW 635. Lark at the moment is in 9th. Levesque is in 10th. Oyala 11th. 12th is Tveit. 13th is Sarlo. It's all very tight indeed, and very impressive at the moment. What has Gregory de Grief got? Nice and tidy through there. Gets the tail out slightly on exit. Much narrower entry there, it seemed, compared to Ben Crooks. Runs out much wider than Ben Crooks. He's 0.076 down. Now we saw Ben Crooks was 0.29 down on Toby Davis. Can Gregory de Grief keep this together? A little bit faster than the Sierra down this straight. He's trying to get David Junt to get out of the way because he's coming up to him very quickly indeed. Will David Junt cost the chance of a pole position here? No, he gets out of the way. Fantastic driving there from David Junt. Gets out of the way beautifully. Didn't get out of the way too soon and didn't get out of the way too late. That really was excellent stuff. De Grief, oh, he's a bit too deep into there. Didn't look like he got the power down quickly enough. What has he got towards the line? Gregory Grief drives toward the line. Season 1 champion. Will he be on pole position? No, he won't. He's up to 3rd, though. He's just ahead of Jesper Torborg, who is also on a fast lap. No, he's not on a fast lap. He's gone far too deep at Fania chicane, and he won't get another chance at pole position now, I don't think. Toby Davis is in the pits with a 31.489. He'll be slightly disappointed with that. He was aiming for a low 31. I guess it is technically a low 31, but not quite enough. Just 0.076 separating those top 3. Volkov now up to 6th. Strauss down to 7th. Balarka is up to 8th. Keithley's now down to 9th as a result of that. Levesque, Oyala, Tveit and Sarlo still make up those 13th. Simons is 14th. Asbury's 15th. Adji is 16th. Makiupi 17th. Majura is in 18th. Leonard is 19th. Round out the top 20 is Andy Oakler. Go through the rest of the field obviously for you in qualifying. But I don't think it's going to be a good lap here from Jesper Torborg. He went far too deep at Fania chicane. It's going to be a futile effort, I think. Didn't quite see that the splitters went through Stavolo anyway. I was just going into the pits now. So is anybody else still out on track? Rivio's still out on track. Does he? I think he has time to set one more lap time. Let's stick with him. Rivio's in that top 5. Toby Davis is on pole position as expected, but by the narrowest of margins from the Holden of Ben Crooks. Of course, the Holden is so good at the start of this race. Toby Davis is a fantastic starter. It's going to be evened out by the fact that Holden has such power coming out of La Source and down that first straight. Very interesting indeed. Hearts will be pumping as they go through. Butcher with the last gasp effort goes up into 8th. He pushes Balarka down to 9th. Keithley's now in 10th. Oh, Rivio! Oh, Rivio trying so hard. Trying a bit too hard. Oh, tried hard one time too many. Anybody else still out on track? I'm not quite sure there is. Balarka comes into the pits. He's had enough. He's given up. Keith is down in 10th. He won't be particularly happy with that. Anybody else out on track? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, Lennon is still out on track actually. Lennon's finishing the lap. What can Lennon do? He's in a disappointing 20th right now. Lennon drives towards the line. What has he got? It's 15th. He improves 5 positions. He'll still be slightly disappointed with that, but 5 positions is better than a kick in the teeth. 16th now is Simons as a result of that. Who went up the field? It must have been Butcher. Must have gone flying up the field with his lap at 32.1. Big gap between 8th and 9th. But between first and 8th, there's just 6.5 tenths of a second. It really is very, very, very close. 43 drivers here at the moment. Bajura there is in 20th. 21st is Andy Oakley. 22nd is Andy Oakley, who's just gone up a position. It's Alberto Asnahi, has just gone up. I hope I'm saying it there right, by the way. Asnahi just up into 19th, so Bajura down to 21st. Oakley is in 22nd. 23rd is George Halbert. 24th, that's the best of the M3s, is Danny Asbury in 17th. 24th is Shannon Blonde. He'll be very happy with that. He was struggling in pre-practice. 25th is Kane Lassie. He'll be slightly disappointed with that. He'd expect to be a bit further to the front of the field. Ricardo Asanahi, 26th. His brother, though, is in 19th, so a bit of a family rivalry there. Alberto has the bragging right at the moment. 27th, Peter Bartfy. He's going to warm up now. And here we are in warm-up. So there you have it. Confirmations of the 2 thousandths of a second between Toby Davis and Ben Crooks. Really was fantastic stuff. 3rd place, Gregory Doof. 4th place was Torborg. Fantastic session to start the session, to start the season here. 5th place, Rivo. 6th place, Volkov. 7th, Strauss. 8th, Butcher. 9th was Balaka. 10th was Keithley. To go through the rest of the field here. In 12th place, someone's just left. I believe it should be... oh, I'm not quite sure who should be in 12th place. I think I've missed that. Who just left the game? Can't remember who just left the game, never mind. 13th place is Eric Tveit. 14th place, Sarlo. 15th place was Gary Lennon. 16th, oh, it was Tommy Oyala in 12th, I believe. 16th was Evo Simon. 17th, Danny Asbury. 18th was Jay Aji. 19th place, Alberto Asnahi. 20th, Yuha Maki Yubi. 21st was Bajura in the Alfa Romeo. 22nd was Andy Oakley. 23rd, as you can see, is George Talbot, Shannon Blonde. And 24th, Lasky and Asnahi on row 13. Volvo and BMW. 27th and 28th, Peter Bartfy and Jeff Dobbing. It was Francesco Huber, and 30th place was Ben Davis, in sharp contrast to his brother, so it really is bragging rights there in that family, never mind the Asnahi brothers. 31st, John Wilson. 32nd, Meervold. 33rd, Yari Venari. 34th, I think, was David Yunt. 35th was Tony Matthews. 36th, Andy Bernard. 37th was Lee Palmer. 38th, David J. Anderson. 39th was Roy Magnus. 40th was Stroys. 41st, David Cuthill. 42nd, Scott Sovic. And rounding out the 43 was David Yunt. Oh no! So who was 34? Someone's just lost it. Someone's just lost their position. David Yunt in 43rd. Just figure out if anybody didn't make the cut. Oh, Ilivanov was in 34th, sorry about that. So he's just entered back into the game. So a 2:40.57.834 was the lap time required. And Scott Shovik and David Yunt did not get under that required lap time. Where was... I'm completely confused now. Where's Kostas Kaloudis in this field? Maybe he's not in the field at all, actually. On second, while I just go through the admin for the server. Won't be 2 seconds. Oh, let's get rid of that for you. So now we're going to go to the one was now ending. We go to the formation lap, and one person has just crashed out of the game. Unfortunately, we need to get back in the server. And second, while I just type the reminders to the drivers.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
As the field gets prepared. And the field, they all set off on their formation lap now. As they all head around La Source. And there is the field. Lost a couple in the melee of going to the formation lap. Looks like there's only 39 drivers now rather than 43. A couple had to leave because they did not fit the 106. The field's still streaming through. It's unbelievable. They all make their way through La Source. The leader is already around Eau Rouge. Look at the massive train of cars. As the field comes through. There's Torborg, Rivio, Volkov, Strauss and Butcher. The driver's just lightly on. Someone's crashed in the background already. It is terrible how this happens on the formation lap. They all make their way through. It looked like that was Ricardo Astnahi. As they all continue along their way. So the field makes its way around Pujon now. This is a very stressful time for me being the organiser and the commentator. Apologies for the pausing in the commentary. The field just starts to form up. They're just warming up their tyres, not trying to work them too hard. A couple of strategy plays happening here. Toby Davis is on mediums for the start of this race. What he intended to do, with a pit stop in between. Both Crooks and Talbot will be starting on hards, I would presume, as will Debrief. We'll do hards throughout the race. One seems to take it easy on the start of the race, apart from the one incident coming down the straight with Ricardo Asnahi. Doesn't seem to have damaged his car too much though. Just looking on the other monitor now. A little bit of a bump in the back of the car. It's obviously someone's bumped him in the back, and he's had to drop down the field as a result of that. They're all coming to their starting grid positions now, and to sort themselves out. Coming to their good positions now. There's Cuthill round at the back of the field. Those people who didn't qualify had to be excluded, unfortunately. Waiting for Kane Lasky to get himself in position. There he is, just there, just in the blue Volvo, just getting it into position, or trying to at least. Try and get to him. There he is. Looks like he's in place now, or he's trying to be in place at least. Oh, dearie me. Why isn't he in position? The race is starting, unfortunately, and away they go. I don't know whether he's had a bit of a... because of that. Way down to the front of the field they go, a bit of a melee at the front, let's go to the front of the field, and now here they all are, and Toby Davis is in the lead of this race. At the back of the field there's a bit of a carnage as Nahi is turned around at the start of the race also as well as on the formation lap. Looked like so Ben Crooks has the third position. He's got ahead of Chris Butcher into turn 1. Toby Davis is leading. Toby Davis now down to LeCombs. He's got a big lead over Gregory DeGrief at the start of this race. Always gets a great start. Chris Butcher trying to challenge Ben Crooks, but he's stuck in behind down the straight, and he's having a look down the inside though. Not able to do so as Crooks puts everything on the line to try and get in ahead of that Sierra Cosworth into this crucial middle sector. Katie Volkers in 6th. There is Rivio in 7th. He's dropped a couple of positions. 5th place is Oyala, so Butcher's come up from 8th into 4th. 9th place there is Vitesse of Eric Tveit. 10th there is Strauss. 11th is Simons. 12th is Lennon. 13th there is Keithley. 14th, as you can see, is Gayaji. 15th is Maki Yuki. 16th Levesque. Where has Balaka gone? Balaka's back in 23rd. Not had a good start to the race at all. I think he had some contact coming out of turn 1. I saw that in the background on the broadcast. Sorry for the delay getting to the front of the broadcast. But now here is Balaka stuck in the middle of the pack. Can he make his way through? He's stuck in behind a Holden, which is every driver's nightmare. So back through the field. There's Lasky just having a little bit of a look. Back of Alberto Asnahi. almost touching the back of him there. Just about staying out of the way of the back of the M3. Andy Oakley heading up this group of drivers. There's Meervold, there's Sarlo, there is Levesque. Here is the two Sierras, is JRG. And Makiyuki out of the grass, almost into the barriers. Just about gets back on. He's lost the position to Levesque now also as well. So Makiyuki knocked down a couple of positions there. And he's behind Sarlo now. Sarlo had so much pace, of course, coming out of that turn, and this holder just eats up any drivers who make mistakes. So 13th is Jack Keithley. He's challenging Gary Lennon down into the bus stop, trying to force his way down the inside, but Lennon's having nothing of it. Gets the car turning very, very well indeed in that Rover. Now he's riding behind Ivo Simons. Can he make a move himself? Now down into turn 1. He's trying to go for it, going down on the inside. He's going to brake later than the Sierra. The Rover has got better brakes. Can it squeeze on the inside? No. Simons chops him off. Lennon gets out of the way of it. Now Keithley has the run out of the corner. Will he have the pace though? No, not quite, I don't think. He's going to have to pull out pretty soon. No, he won't. Just going to have to follow him through Eau Rouge. There they go. Streaming up over the top of there. Oh, Lennon's sideways! Lennon's sideways. There was definitely contact once Lennon was sideways, but was there contact before Lennon was sideways? Let's have a look on that replay. Here we are. Into Eau Rouge they come. Keithley very, very close in behind. I don't think there's contact before. No, Lennon just gets it sideways by himself, and of course, Keithley had nowhere to go but hit him. And that is Lennon way back down the field now, back to live action, only just getting going. Oh, must have been very, very scared through there actually, before reverse back on the track, because everyone's coming up there at great speed. So that's him way back now down to almost last position. Ben Davis, in fact, is the first retirement from this race. Ben Crooks down to 15th. What's happened to Ben Crooks? It's kept back to him. There he is. Oh, and John Wilson spinning also as well. Oh, it's Carnage in the background. Oh, it's Alex Nahi. And that's Maki Yupi involved as well. What on earth happened? Let's just have a quick see if we can see it on the replay. No, we can't, unfortunately. Oh, we can a little bit. Oh, there's all kinds of carnage there. What was going on? I have no idea what's going on there. But anyway, Ben Crooks is now up to 14th, well, down 14th, should I say. Let's go back to the live action, sorry. Now in that live action. So Gregory Reef is second. Chris Butcher is in third. Torborg there is in fourth. Crooks down to 14th. Ahead of him is the Holden of Rasmus Sarlo. 12th is William Levesque. 11th is Jack Keithley. 10th is Jay Ajin. 9th place, Eunice Ravio. 8th place now is Florian Strauss. He's trying to make a move on Ivo Simons. They're side by side coming up towards Blanchimont. Strauss is going to have to give way because Simons has the inside line for here, and the inside line is absolutely king. But he's putting huge pressure on the Dutchman as they come through here. Simons gets onto the grass like that, gives Strauss a run down towards the bus stop chicane, and it should be a pass here for Florian. Yes, the German's passed. The German is passed, but now that means he's under attack, of course, from Eunice Ravio. Eunice Ravio right in behind. And it's all four Sierras. Get a look at this. Simons heading the group. Will Ravio dive up the inside? Ravio is going to dive up the inside. Keithley's diving up the inside of Maki Yupi. Will Simons be able to cut it in? No, he won't. Simons going to get pushed out, going to pass me all three here because Ravio is in his way for the turn-in. Now Simons fights back. Simons slumps in ahead of Maki Yupi. But Keithley's going to pass the ball. Keithley's going to go through side by side into Eau Rouge. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. Eunice Ravio side by side, still side by side through Eau Rouge, over the grass. Oh, how did they not crash through there? I thought it was going to be a certain crash. Now Keithley and Simons are in massive slipstreams here. This is fantastic stuff as they come down towards this chicane. Let's get the right camera, sorry guys. Now Keithley's trying to have a go at Ravio. Ravio tried to go defensive. Oh, Keithley went for it though. Keithley's gone for it. Keithley's spinning. Keithley's out. Ravio's out. Oh, they're spinning round and round. There they are, both of them out on the side of the road. There is Ravio, there is Keithley. Keithley gets going once again. Lets Ravio go through. But of course, Keithley had to wait for the entire field to go past. It's the worst thing about some big... Oh! And Hubert just smacked into the back of Ravio. What was Hubert doing? You could definitely see that Ravio was trying to rejoin. Has Ravio got any damage on the back of the car? He has. Has he got a puncher on the rear? He's got a puncher on the rear. Poor Eunice Ravio. Going to be out of this race. Rasmus Sarlo's out of the race as well. It's all happening. Rasmus Salo is DNF'd out of this race. Not sure what happened to him. Let's try and see if I can find out on the other monitor. He may have just disconnected, I think. Oh, just disconnected, unfortunately. Rasmus Salo and Ravio. Oh, he's going to be out of this race. He can't continue. Eunice Ravio, what a huge shame for him. Oh, he's out of this race. He's looking so good. 5th place in qualifying. Let's go back through the field. There's Bajura and Hubert. Not sure what Hubert was doing. Hubert could have definitely seen the danger ahead of him. 20th place Yara Venari. 19th now is Keithley. Anderson's in 18th. Volkov, what's he doing back there in 17th? I can't keep up with all this. Let's get back towards the front of the field and the same people. Here is Tveit and Ojala. I was going to say same people. We're going to go with Ojala and Tveit because this is not sane at all. Tveit now on the inside of Ojala. Right down towards the bus stop chicane. Tveit's going to go for it. Oh, they're side by side through there. You can't do that. Oh, he just managed to somehow. Tveit now has to run on the exit. But Ojala has the inside line, and it's actually very, very crucial to have the inside line through there. Strauss is just in behind them. Butcher is in 4th. Torborg has got past Butcher. De Grief is 5 seconds behind Toby Davies, who's put the hammer down at the front of the field. Just needs to click the laps off, and it looks like this is his win. De Grief in 2nd. 3rd place, Torborg. 4th place, Butcher. 5th, Ayala. 6th place, Tveit. 7th is Strauss. 8th place, after all the carnage, is Ivo Simons. He kept his head while all around him were losing theirs. Oh, 9th place is JJ. 10th place is Ben Crooks. Already back up to 10th. Taking advantage of all the carnage, of course. Going over the grass, it doesn't help at all. Because look at the run Levesque now has on him. Going to get a slipstream all the way down here. But of course, Crooks is in that monstrous Holden. It doesn't look like, look at it, even in the slipstream, the Holden pulls away. But it closes under braking, of course, as you can see. To head around now down towards Rivage. And I've just about calmed down from the excitement that was lap 3. Let's try and reset it here for you. Into the pits has come Francesco Hubert in the meantime. Oh, there's a bit of a challenge there between John Wilson and Meervold. Just ahead of them is Berlaka. Let's get back towards the head of the field. Let's run through the order for you. Reset it. Actually, 1 second. This is Oyala, Strauss and Tveit. This was the battle that was brewing, definitely. And now Strauss is trying to go on the inside of Tveit at Fanyas, but of course, difficult to go through there because then the next driver has the inside for the next corner. Strauss is right in behind Eric Tveit. These drivers, of course, driven together in the V8 supercars. And a clear Euro Series. Oh! And Tveit has a big twitch and just about gets back in between the two drivers. Strauss put his wheel on the grass. That's not going to help at all. Not able to challenge now towards the bus stop chicane right in behind the back of Tommy Oyala. This is Eric Tveit, we're on board. As they go through Blanchemont, and again Tveit has to run through Blanchemont. Oyala's going defensive already in this long race. This is lap 5, or lap 4 I guess these drivers are on. And Oyala's gone very, very deep indeed. He's going to, oh, that was fantastic from Oyala. How did he manage to keep that and keep the speed up? On board with Strauss now. Leonard has left the game also. On sideways into the first corner goes Tommy Oyala. Beautiful sounding BMW 635. Fancy Strauss may have a bit of damage on the back of that 635. He does indeed. A couple of bangs in the back of that. Davies has a 6.6 second lead now on Gregory de Grief. He has the speed. Can he keep up the concentration? Can he keep up that consistency that his driving has been so lacking? Chris Butcher now is in 4th. Great start from him. From 8th to 4th he went into 3rd briefly when Ben Crooks went off. Not sure what happened to Ben Crooks, but Butcher now is back down to 4th as the Holden of Torborg has gone past him. Strauss is right in behind this battle. Not like I can do much about it at the moment. Very, very quick fight sideways out of the first complex. Simons is very low in the 8th place now all of a sudden. And here is Ben Crooks in 9th. He's got past Jay Adji. Also got past, of course, William Levesque, who we saw that earlier. Bellarka's caught up to this group extremely quickly indeed. He's not messing about after that poor opening first lap. A bit of a bump in the back of his car, so that's what happened. He got a punt in the rear end. Here is John Wilson. Andy Oakley's in 14th. Oh, just got ahead of the Holden of Meervold there. Volkov is in 16th. Not making much progress, but he's still pulling his way through. 17th now is Keithy. After that spin with Eunice Ravio. Oh, and David Anderson is sideways. David Anderson is sideways. Hit. Oh, it almost went into the barriers. Well done, David Anderson. And in avoidance, Ricardo Asnahi went off and going to lose the position again. Unbelievable. Christian Stroy is in 20th. 21st is Andy Bernard. 22nd is Asnahi. 23rd is Maki Yupi. 14 damage. 24th is Bajuri. He was way back in the field earlier in the race. Not quite sure what happened to him. Here is Lee Palmer in 25th. Plenty of damage on the front of these cars. 26th is Dobbin. 27th is Magnes. 28th is Venari. 29th is Matthews. 30th is Asbury. Look at the state of Asbury's car. 31st is David Cuthill. 32nd is Francesco Hubert. And 33rd Leonard. 34th Sala. 35th Ravio. 36th Davis. 37th Lasky disqualified. Must have been to do with his start procedure. But only 37 cars will be making the start of this race after all. The 43 drivers we had earlier. So technical problems for some drivers. Very, very unfortunate for them. Do feel sorry for those drivers, but the show has gone on for the rest of the field. Second place is Grave. Tombo's keeping the pace with Davis, it seems. Around about 11-12 seconds, that mark. Butcher is also as well, keeping very, very close behind the back of that Holden. Fifth place is Tommy Oyala. There he is. So Eric Fighters drop back. Eric Fighters drop back. Strauss and Oyala got past them. Oh, there's Simons in the wall. Simons in the wall. Oh, Levesque into Simons. Oh, that's a huge impact. Levesque into Simons. Oh, get off the track, Evo. Get off the track. Stay right where you are. That's not the best place to be. What is he going to do? He must be thoughts racing through his head. You've got a right rear puncher. You're not going to be able to move. He's going to be able to move. Levesque into the back of him. He gets going. Oh, but that's a huge damage to the back of his car. He gets going. Will he be able to make it back to the pits? Rivio couldn't. Will he be able to? Let's watch that on replay. Here he is. He's going up Eau Rouge just by himself. He loses it. Up Eau Rouge, just a bit too much sideways. Hits the curb hard. Hits the curb hard. And that pushes him right across the grass. Hits the wall hard. Slows him right down at Levesque. Oh, the poor Levesque smashes into the back of him. Let's watch it from Balarka's point of view. If we can find Balarka. Now, there is Levesque. Where is Levesque? Levesque is now down. He's still only 11th. He's not actually... He managed to get away with that quite a bit. Balarka had an excellent view of all that. Let's just rewind the view for us if we can. Let's hope we can actually get a replay. Oh. Yes, we can get a replay. Hopefully, yes, we can. So he comes... Oh, we got a little bit of a replay. Here is the viewpoint from Balarka. We'll see the end of it, I think. Here we are. On board with Balarka. There is Levesque. There is Simons. Oh! And Balarka, at that reaction, got very, very lucky there. And managed to avoid all of that. So he's still in 9th. Let's go back to live action. Still in 10th, sorry. 9th, as you can see here, is Jay Adjei. How on earth he's managed to make his way up to that position, I have no idea. Obviously keeping a calm head. 8th place is Ben Crooks. 7th place is Fight. Now in 5th is Florian Strauss. He's fighting his way towards the front of the field. Way, way down and leader now. The field is actually quite spread out. Let's go on board with Tommy Oyala as he pursues Florian Strauss. Down the long straight he comes. You'll see difference in speed here, not just from the slipstream, but from the extra power that the Sierra makes. Looking closing on Strauss down the straight. Just pulls out a little bit just to let Strauss know he's there in the mirrors, but not really a serious attempt at making any sort of move. Go through the middle part of the track now. This is where the 635 has the advantage, and you can see that. Pulls away through that complex, changes the direction. 635 much better than the RS 500. see a contrast once again as you come down the hill towards Puon. Ivo Simons has had to leave the game. Huge damage for him. There's lots of retirements, but there are still 31 drivers in this race. Quite incredible. And this is excellent to see the contrast between driving styles and cars also as well. Oyala just a bit too deep there into Fanez. Strauss punishes him because of that, the greater exit speed off the corner. And now on this straight, you see Oyala close a little bit. And then, of course, his exit here from the second part of Stavolo. Oh, he's a bit sideways. Strauss much cleaner. You see the Sierra just gaining on the way to Blanchimont. And Oyala makes a mistake there. He just goes slightly wide of the apex, and Strauss was okay. And Strauss is pulling away here from Tommy. Tommy can't keep up. Into the chicane he comes. And Strauss very sideways through there. Gave Tommy Oyala a bit of joy. 7th place is Fight, 8th place is Jay Adji. Now 9th is Ben Crooks. Not sure what's happened to him. He's made a small mistake somewhere. Let's grab it on the replay. Well, you can't grab it on the replay. It's quite a way back, to be honest. Look at this. Looks like it was out. Oh, it's out of Stavolo. Crooks makes a small mistake coming out of Stavolo. Runs wide, clips the curb of course, and like the opportunist that he is, Jay Adji, like a vulture, just races straight past him. And now Crooks has Belarka right in behind him. What has happened to Levesque? Levesque is still in 11th despite that impact, which is quite incredible. Can't believe he got away with that. 12th place is John Wilson, 13th place is Andy Oakley. And look at that Holden gaining down this straight, but of course when it comes to the braking zone, not quite as good as the Sierra. The Sierra not one of the best, but of course the Holden is one of the very worst under those brakes. He's right in behind Jay Addy now. Looks like he might be making a move. Just squeeze down the inside into Rivage. Surely not there, Ben. And he absolutely right, deciding against it. Johan Makiyupi also has had to retire from this race. Crooks now have to run on Jay heading down towards Puon, but of course you can't do much of Puon unless you're completely alongside. You take the line away from the other driver. And of course the Holden isn't exactly the best around the corners, as you can see, sideways through the exit of Puon. This is where Crooks will be lining up to make a move, I think. He'll be nice and tidy through Stavolo. The scene of the crime on the last lap. And now here, can he get the run? He's a little bit further back than he would have liked from the Sierra. Jay driving extremely quickly. Eric Tveit is falling back into the clutches of this group. His pace is fading. Ben Crooks got right up the back of Jay Adji, but of course, not able to make that move. Oh, he's so sideways through there. And this is Belarka's opportunity. Belarka now. They come down the inside. Belarka will have better brakes. Just has to squeeze down inside. No, Vladislav decides against it. Great driving there from Vladislav Belarka. Decided against it. Now the course has lost ground on the edge. Poor Belarka. There's no chance of getting past that Holden on the straights. And Tveit is fading very badly indeed. What kind of strategy is he on? Into the pits has come Toby Davis, by the way. From the lead of the race, into the pits has come Toby Davis. Oh, he's just gone off as well. Was that a pit stop then? Or was that a mistake? It was a pit stop for Toby Davis. Toby Davis was on. Toby Davis is on that strategy we're talking about, medium tyres. Kane Lasky and Shannon Bond unfortunately had a problem with their grid spot. They both got disqualified for it. Kane Lasky more than likely disqualified for not taking the penalty. Now Toby Davis is back down to 4th position, only 10 seconds behind the leader though. Of course, we're expecting the leaders to make pit stops around about lap 11, so in over 2 or 3 laps time. And JH has got past Erik Tveit, sorry for missing that. JH has got past Erik Tveit, up into 7th position. Speed is fading from the young Norwegian, not sure what's happened to him. There is Tveit now in 8th, Brooks is still in 9th. He's found the work heavy going since he made that mistake at Stavelot. Of course, the tyres do drop off very, very quickly in that Holden, with it being so heavy. Briefly, Tolborg is in 2nd, Butcher is in 3rd, but they should be making pit stops, so that makes Toby Davis in a net 1st position. It seems that Erik Tveit is fighting back on Jay Adjit. There was Lebec. Here is Oakley. Very, very lonely. Jack Keithley very lonely as well, in 12th position. Wilson is not lonely. He seems to have Mervold either in front of him or behind him for much of the race. Look at the front of John Wilson's car. What has he been doing? Been hitting something very, very hard. To make a dent in the Holden like that, it must have been very, very hard indeed. Oh, Mervold! Mervold! Oh, well held! Well held! Just about held onto that. There is Mervold in 15th. 16th place is Volkov. Not sure what's happened to him, but he's not made any progress whatsoever. Maybe he's made a few mistakes here and there. 17th here is Alberto Asnahi. Behind him is Ricardo Asnahi, who's recovered from a poor first lap and a poor formation lap even. Andy Bernard's 19th. 20th place here is David Janderson. He's fighting with Christoph Bergera. Anderson there in that Rover. Bergera in the Alfa Romeo, which campaigned by Jay Adji last year as he come through the bus stop chicane. Anderson made a small mistake there. 22nd is Christian Stroys, tracking in behind. 23rd, Jeff Dobbing. 24th, Lee Palmer. 25th, here is Yari Vernari. 26th is Roy Magnez. 27th is Tony Matthews. 28th is Danny Asbury. 29th is Francesco Huber. And 30th, last of the runners. Oh, look at the front of David Cuthill's car as well. What's he been doing to it? Is in 30th place. Maki Yupi, Simons, Lennon, Salo, Rivio, Ben Davis, and Kane Lasky all dropped out from this race. 37 drivers started. Here's Gregory de Grief. He's leading the race. We're anticipating, as I say, a pit stop soon. The Torborg in that very, very heavy, but of course very, very powerful Holden Commodore in behind. 465 brake horsepower, but of course it weighs almost 1,400 tons. 1,400 tons, wow. No wonder it's bad on the brakes. It weighs almost 1,400 kilograms. And Toby Davis is gaining on this group also as well. Right in behind, there he is. The pole sitter. Oh, and Chris Butcher and David Cuthill getting a bit of a cat tangle there. Cuthill now parked on the side of the road, the poor guy. Gets going once again. Not having the greatest race here. Strauss coming through also as well. Gets out of the way of him. Poor David Cuthill, through no fault of his own, just braking for the corner, and Butcher was just slightly too late brakes, I think. Into the pits has come Gregory Grief, so Gregory has pitted, like we thought he would. Puts him now back down to 4th position, I believe. Let's go back through the retirees, back to the front of the field. Jesper Torborg's now leading, of course. Butcher is in 2nd. Here comes Toby Davis, right in behind. Gregory de Grief is in 4th. He's having difficulties though. Not sure what happened there, reversing and coming out of the pits. It said he had pitted, so I presume he's got all the stuff on board. He's got going once again, but I'm not sure what's happened there. Strauss has caught right up to him. Am I still on replay? Oh, that would probably be why I was on replay. No, Strauss has got past him anyway, so he definitely has. Cost him some time somewhere. Kicking into the pits also. Not sure what happened there. Oyala is in 6th. 7th place is Jay Adji. 8th place is the ever-battling Eric Tveit. He's trying to go around the outside on the exit here. This would be a great move if he pulls this off. He's going to pull it off, but of course, Jay now has the inside for Rivage. Who's braver on the brakes? It's Eric Tveit who's braver on the brakes, but it's Eric Tveit who makes the mistake. Oh, Eric. If you just kept it on track, you'd be a wonderful driver. Ben Crooks and Willie Levesque go through. Levesque. I can't believe Levesque got away with that massive impact. Doing brilliantly at the moment. Balarka, I believe, has hit it. Yes, he's just basically just come out now. I think I'm hoping so anyway, because I just said that. Stupid. So Gregory de Graaf is behind Florian Strauss now. Will Strauss make a pit stop though? The 635, one of those cars that doesn't necessarily have to make a pit stop. Toby Davis is now up to 2nd position. He's got past his THR teammate and fellow Cosworth driver, Chris Butcher, and he's making a small mistake there as Toby Davis goes wide onto the grass. And Evo has joined us. Evo of the Eau Rouge fame. That was very unfortunate, Evo, but very uncharacteristic as well.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, really.
Just talk us through what happened. He seemed to hit the curb extremely hard and just sent you into the barrier, and Levesque came over the top of the hill and had nowhere to go. Unfortunately, no, there's no blame there, really.
No, I don't know, I was losing some force feedback in the last lap also, and I tried to, yeah, I don't know, go to Eau Rouge, and I lost it or almost saved it. And then I came back on track again, so I think somebody hit me, but not sure what happened.
Gregory de Graaf has had to make a 2nd pit stop. Do you know what's happened to him?
Yeah, his pit stop didn't work for some reason. He didn't refuel, so he's trying to.
It said it worked on the screen though. It said he did a pit stop. So did he just change tyres?
I believe so, yeah.
I'm
not really sure what happened.
That's a shame. But de Graaf is now behind Strauss. Strauss has made a pit stop, so that's a puzzle solved. Strauss did make a pit stop. We thought maybe he'd go the whole race, but no, he hasn't done. He's now back in behind David Guthill once again. It's like Groundhog Day for David. But up until that point, I mean, the coming down, I think it was lap 3 between Keith Lee and Rivio and Makiyuki, and that was incredible.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I got a great start. I was up to 7th, I believe, but then some people were a little bit too aggressive, I think. So I got some places, and Jack Keatley and Jonas collided together, and I'm not really sure what happened.
It seemed like Eunice was defending, and Keithley was kind of following him, and then Eunice kind of pulled out, and Keithley thought, "Ooh, there's a gap," and then realised, "Crap, no, there's not a gap." Tried so hard not to hit him. They both hit, and they just span gently. But the racing before that, because 2 of them went past you at La Source, and you were battling just to try and get in line. It was like NASCAR at that point.
It's quite hectic. I'm really sure. But,
it's incredible to watch. But what have you made of, have you been watching the broadcast? What have you made of the rest of the race?
Yeah, a little bit, but I just joined again, so yeah, I saw Toby pitted quite early. He pitted at lap 9. So.
He was on mediums. This is his strategy ploy.
Okay.
Mediums for a short stint, well, shorter than half stint, and then halves for the rest of the race. So.
Yeah, Greg was thinking also that.
Where's Jesper Torborg? 1 second. Where's Jesper Torborg? We're talking to you. And Jesper Torborg. Where is Jesper? Is he 9th? What's happened to him? Has he sped in the pits? Has he had a problem with the pits also? He's 50 seconds down and now down on the lead.
Maybe he repaired damage also.
Maybe he forgot to turn off the damage.
Yeah, something like that.
I see, that's a classic error. Keith is up to 10th. Strauss is down to 3rd. As Ayala has pitted. So that will make de Graaf 4th. As Anderson just gets out of the way. Anderson sporting a very broken front end also as well.
We lost already a lot of guys, I believe, so...
We have.
Yeah.
And David, who unfortunately didn't make the start of the race, unfortunately, didn't quite get under the time through not much fault of his own. You've joined us for a bit of a chat, David.
Yes, I did.
And obviously you didn't get into the race. What have you made of the race so far?
Oh, well, I've seen many mistakes so far in the race, and to be fair, I would have been somewhere in the top 20 by now with these many crashes.
Yes. But what have you made of the rest of the race? I mean, is it good to watch, or have you been watching at all even?
Yeah, I'm still watching it. Good job here at the moment, and well, I would put my money on Toby at the moment. Well, he's flying away from everyone.
Sticking your neck out there. That was a brave decision, not.
Oh no.
So Davis is in first. Butcher is in second. He'll be very, very pleased with that. Chris Butcher. He's had a great start to the race, as he always does, and he's going around in second place. And Strauss is in third. He'll be very pleased with that also as well, because obviously he had a poor start to this race and dropped way back down the field and has fought his way through with consistent driving, no mistakes. But will Degree catch him? That's the question. 4 seconds behind now. 5th place is Eric Tveit. 6th place is Tommy Oyala. They've resumed their Titanic battle. Been entertaining the viewers here today.
Yeah, Eric has some good pace also. He has already, I think. Yeah.
He faded like towards the end of his stint, dropped back really, really quickly, and now he's back in the mix once again. Where has Ben Crooks gone also? Ben Crooks is in 14th. So I'm not sure what's happened to this field. Maybe he didn't repair damage. Maybe he repaired damage also.
Not how many seconds is he behind then?
A minute 16. So.
Yeah. Something went wrong there.
So plenty of, as it always happens in the first race of the season, people making mistakes, not quite in tune with the race, in tune with their cars. Just thinking, just forgetting the small things. I mean, it happens to everyone, of course. But first race of the season, and it's Toby Davies who's had all of the answers for everybody at the moment. Pulled away at the start, led away the field, on pole position, of course. What did you make of that qualifying session, though, Ivo? That was incredible at the front of the field.
That was really close, yeah. I think it was top 3 and I'm not sure what it was. But really close.
Less than a tenth, and Crooks missed out by 0.002 of a second.
Yeah, with the track was 2:30. So
I know. That's really quite incredible.
Yeah, that shows again so how close the field is. With 40 guys. And we get a couple of champions also in the league, so
yep,
it's always getting really close. So.
We do. We have, of course, we've got Jack Keithley, who's leading the WSS at the moment, is dominating that series, and also we got Florian Strauss, who's in second place in the World V8 Supercars behind his 360 Racing teammate Tobias Lemos. Sorry, the name escaped me for a second there. Of course, you've got Jesper Torborg, who's a double champion in the TPS at the moment, double reigning champion in the American series. Gregory de Grief, of course, who's World V8 Supercars 2010 champion and Season 1 of this Touring Masters champion. So, as I said, as you were saying, there is plenty of calibre. David just sent me a message saying that maybe he should commentate too if he keeps doing dumb mistakes. No, David, we want to see you out there, David. I like that livery as well. You've not let us have that livery, that beautiful gold and white.
Gold and white, yeah.
You've robbed us.
I think.
Yeah, but I've just been doing a Teletrash.
Teletrash, yes, Teletrash instead of Teletrash.
Jesper's gonna get him now, I think, William.
Yeah, but it's incredible. I don't know how William's doing so well after hitting you so hard.
Oh, he hit me? Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
He was racing with Balarka. Balarka couldn't see anything. He was right behind Levesque, and then suddenly Levesque hit you, and you went one way. Oh, and Torborg, look at this. Right around the outside. Oh, another punch from Torborg. Please don't. Oh, it's going to do it, though. Oh, it was quite sensible driving in the end. There wasn't any throttle there.
A lot of risk, yeah.
Torborg's up in position. Tveit and Oyala still fighting away. Tveit's dropped back a bit now, though, in the last sector. Strauss seems to be pulling away from Gregory Reef at the moment. 5 seconds, 4.7 seconds the gap between them now. It was just a little over 4 seconds before.
Yeah.
There's David Cuthill just getting out of the way. He's had a torrid race at the moment. Look at the front of his car. 9th place is Jay Adji. Once again, Jay just keeping his head. He did this all last season, didn't he? Did great racing.
He was consistent. I raced with him in the opening laps, and he was quite consistent. He followed me, I couldn't really drive away with him, and that's Jay. He's consistent.
He goes over the grass just as you say that. Commentators curse. Even the Dutchmen do that. So here is Jack Keithley. He was involved, of course, in that incident with Rivio and yourself, I guess, Evo, because you were just avoiding them. Right,
I saw it happen. That was the one thing. Lucky I saw it happen, so could avoid it. And Andy is going okay with the Skyline, so.
Yes, he did go with the Sierra last year, didn't he? So he's in the Skyline now.
He knows how to end up some power, so.
Yep. So we've got Andy Oakley and Grief in the Skyline this season. I mean, what do you make of the Skyline this season was never chosen before. This season it has been chosen. It's not that much different to other seasons.
No,
whereas
it lost
Volvo,
a little bit of weight, but.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's lost 20 kilograms, which isn't a huge amount. Yeah. But the Volvo, just one driver this season, which is quite incredible considering that Helen finished second in it in the season 1.
Yeah.
Davilard finished won the championship in it in season 2. So maybe people just don't like taking shopping trolleys for.
Yeah, I want to say that guy is because of the looks, but yeah, a lot of guys are also driving Holdens and Skyline, so.
The Skyline's awful looking. I think the Skyline's worse than the Volvo.
Yeah, but I
never
think
mind, anyway.
I think a lot of guys watched last season and saw that sometimes it's also handy to have a powerful car. And
maybe. Oh no, don't ring me. People ring me. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. And speaking of Volvo drivers, actually, the only Volvo driver in the championship is Kane Lasky, and unfortunately, he got a disqualification for a glitch on the start grid.
Okay.
And he wasn't able to take part in this race, unfortunately. Shannon Blom was also involved in that glitch. So it's very unfortunate, because Shannon was showing much improved pace in that Mustang, actually. The only Mustang in the field, as well as the only Volvo, so we've been denied a bit of variety there.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame.
I'm also surprised that there are not many Mustangs. I think it's a nice car. It's a little bit between the Skyline and the Holden Inn. And, yeah. And the power comes in handy, of course.
I must say, I actually prefer the handling of the Mustang over the Holden, but obviously people encouraged by the antics of Anders Nielsen last season and decided they wanted to have a go as well.
Yep, that's probably a fan club. So.
Balarka's in 15th also, so I think he's also one of those who repaired damage in the pits. I don't think he needed to either, because he was showing good pace. Volkov has not moved through the field at all. I'm very, very surprised by this. Not showing good pace in the slightest. Maybe he's got some damage we don't really know about. It looks quite a clean car.
Maybe some suspension damage, maybe. Possible.
But Kane Lassie's looking forward to the next round. So hopefully he won't have any problems there at Sebring. That's next round in 2 weeks' time. Go back through the field. Here is Jeff Dobbing. He's in the Super this season. He went for the... it was actually Eunice Rabio's car. The car that Eunice Rabio was driving this season. He was in that last season. And in 19th place is Andy Bernard. 20th place is Ricardo. In 16th place is his brother Alberto. So Alberto is winning the honours there in that household. Yari Venari is 21st. Has Yari got a dent in the top of his car? He has got a dent in the top of his car. What has he been doing?
In the back? Oh.
Look at that.
I remember that Ekby had that last season also.
Yes, he did. So maybe Venari's pulled an Ekby somewhere. Although
it's the most beautiful livery from BMWs, I think.
It's not quite as beautiful anymore.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Didn't scratch the paint.
It's a favourite of yours, actually, Evie, wasn't it? It's always trying to go up the inside of Ricardo.
Oh, yeah.
Ricardo's having none of it. 635 versus M3. Looks like the 635 has the pace, just needs to find a way past. The former 635 driver now, 22nd place, Christoph Bajura. He's in the Alpha this season. 23rd is Lee Palmer. He's switched from the M3 to the 635. He's just gone stayed in the BMW stable, of course. 24th is Danny Asprey. Look at the front of his car. Some cars have some awful damage on the front of theirs. I'm not sure who or what he's done that on. But whatever it was, I think he lost the battle. But he's soldiered on because he was back in 28th at one point. He's pulled up 4 places. Top 20 score points, so it might all be for nothing, but he's having a go. Stroy's 25th. 26th is Roy Magnez. 27th is Francesco Hubert, who crashed into the back of poor Eunice Ravio. I thought Hubert could definitely have not hit the back of him. It might be Huber actually rather than Hubert. Apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. 28th is Tony Matthew. 29th is David Janderson. 30th is David Cutter. We're not having anyone actually pull out of the race for the last 9 laps. So once the early spate of crashes had happened, people settled down quite a lot. And just going past Eric Tveit, so just got through the field, is Jesper Torborg. Oh no, he's not. Look at that. Eric comes right back at him. Eric comes back at the ATCC and AGTC champion. Former pole sitter in the Vic Supercars as well. But Eric's not respecting any reputation there.
I really need to pull and gap now, Eric, so...
Yes, he does, right in this section here. Always gone too deep in Rivage, though. He's done that a few times. Not helping at all. And he's not got the ideal line through here either, so Torbo will be able to keep up with him.
You can get him here already.
He's going to be close.
Yeah,
on board with Torbo. Oh, fantastic stuff from Torbo. Just goes straight past.
Oh,
and Tvite's fighting him back, though, on the outside. On the outside of Pouon, Blanchimont was bad enough. On the outside of Pouon, Terry Tveit is hanging tough.
Oh, he's going wide.
He's doing it. He's staying on the track. He's managed to keep the position. He's now on the inside for Fagnes. Will Torbo keep the outside because he has the inside for the next part? No. Tveit slithers up the inside. Fantastic racing there from Eric. The Dane versus the Norwegian. That really was superb stuff. Now it's Tveit has the inside for the next corner. Torborg on the outside. Tveit holding him there. Great driving there from Eric. Didn't allow Torborg to cut back at all, but now I think he's going to be defenceless down this straight. So Torborg, what he needs to do is have a nice... well, I was going to say a nice tidy run. Nice tidy run, but that was quite out of shape. And Torborg goes straight past. So Tveit, despite the fact he battled hard, Torborg is through. Watson through Blanchimont. Tveit very quick through there. He hasn't been very quick through there when he was fighting with Oyala as well.
Maybe go on the brakes? No.
Oh, he was trying it. He was trying it. That was the scene of the crime from Adam Igbeer last year. Although, of course, doing an Igbeer means something much more violent now, if anybody who watches the World V8 Supercars. Tommy Oyala is in 5th position. He'll be very, very pleased with that. Gregory de Grief is gaining on Florian Strauss. Here is the battle for 3rd position. We'll stick with this because the gap is just 1.5 seconds. In fact, it's much less now. If you look at this, look at the run he had there. That was incredible.
Yeah, but Strauss got the slipstream, so also.
Yes, and just getting out of the way there is Tony Matthews. Great driving from him. Respecting the leaders coming past. Strauss going to have to work it out, I think, to stay ahead of de Grief here, because de Grief is showing better pace throughout the race than Strauss. Also, of course, de Grief has the extra power if Strauss makes even the slightest mistake. Great apex in there from Strauss. Just hit the first apex, drifted out slightly, and hit the second apex again as well.
Oh, a little sideways there, but
that's pretty good.
Now Greg is holding together. It's fine. You can follow him.
You can follow him, exactly. This is where Strauss needs to be pulling away because he's not got the power to compete with this Nissan Skyline. In fact, he's 65 brake horsepower down. Quite a bit lighter, of course. Into Fagnes, and de Grief is looking menacing. Davis has a 15.9 second lead over Chris Butcher. We've hardly seen Toby Davis in this race, but if not any cause to do so, really. He's been a masterclass at the front of the field. And his hard work is paying off with what is looking like a great win.
Watch out, the curse.
Oh, de Grief!
That's
de Grief over the grass, and that's not going to help at all.
They both like to go sideways, that's one thing.
Now he has all the work to do once again, because this is the section where he should be gaining, and of course he just pushed slightly too hard through Stavolo, and that's what happens. Oh, Strauss drifting it through Blanchimont, got away with it.
It looked like he wants to do it.
He does say he has to drive it extremely hard to compete. That's 635. Oh, it's made a mistake coming out of the bus stop. He managed to gather it together, but the pressure is telling. The pressure is telling from de Grief, I think. Strauss is just making a small mistake here, a small mistake there. Now de Grief right in behind as they come out of La Source. Strauss gets the power on earlier, of course, with that better handling car. Up ahead of him is a fellow 635 driver, Francesco Huber. He's gone ball with Grief through Eau Rouge, riding virtually on the ground. Both very even through there. Very even through there, of course, and of course the Grief has that long slipstream, as Ivo says. And there's not much point in Strauss even going defensive, because he's going defensive into the path where the lap car is. And it's gone straight past. Grief up to third. Strauss has another look back. Oh, Grief,
opposite look here. Oh.
Stop it! Oh, stop the car just about. That will be encouraging for Strauss. If Strauss can put the pressure on through this middle section. Oh, Grief sideways through there. Strauss is there as well. This is great driving from two great drivers. Fritz Butcher in a fantastic second position. Didn't manage to win a race in last season's World Touring Masters. Came very, very close. Had opportunities, but didn't take them. But since then, he's won 2 races. One in the Clio Euro Series and one in the World Supertech Series. And he's getting better and better as a driver. I think not going to be long before Butcher takes his first World Touring Masters win. Of course, it's very, very difficult in a field as big and as strong as this.
And he has experience now for 1 season, of 2 seasons. No, 1 season with the Sierra, so...
Yeah, 1 season with Sierra and 2 seasons with this mod.
Oh, he's got...
Counts it quite a lot. Grief just about got it back to the apex at the last second. Looks like Grief has this under control though. We'll just watch them through Stavolo. Expect Strauss again in that sort of section. That's the strength of the 635 compared to the Skyline. And that's the battle for now.
Okay.
5th place is Oyala. Torbog is gaining on Oyala, but it's a 6-second gap with just 3 laps to go. Toby Davis has just started his 20th lap. He's just lapping Asbury and Bajura. Eric de Veit is in 7th. 8th is Jay Adji. Jay Adji looks like he's gaining though. 9th place is William Levesque. 10th place is Jack Heatley. He's been very lonely all race, but it looks like he might be in for a bit of action in the final few laps. 11th place is Ben Crooks. It's so good to watch that Holden though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to drive it, but it looks cool.
It's great to have some strong drivers in the Holden this season.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
12th place is Andy Oakley. 13th place is Mervold, also in the library. In the Skyline. I don't know where the library came from. I'm not sure where that came from. Obviously, too much university. Mervold is in 13th, but Balaka is in 14th, and Balaka looking like he wants to get past. Balaka's shown great pace. It would have been near Strauss, I think. It wasn't for the troubles he's gone through.
Yeah, with the pit stop, I believe. I think, yeah. The long pit stop also.
Long pit stop also. And also a problem on the opening lap, I think. Back to 23rd he went at 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mervold's pushed a bit too hard through there. Going to give Balaka the opportunity. Oh, it's just about correct.
Yeah, but Mervold is doing this for 1 season already. This stuff, so...
True.
He knows what
and Balaka hit the curb hard there. Got away with it, though. Well, it's not going to pass the Holden in this section of the track, quite frankly. Pulls away there. Able to just brake conservatively. And then he'll pull away, all the way up to Eau Rouge. The power of the Holden, pull him away. Oh, Balaka almost drills the back of Mervold because the Holden is so slow through there. But of course... Oh, and cuts in the background. Just about managed to keep it out of the wall. Maybe that's what he did to the front car earlier. Mervold and Balaka. So Balaka will get a better run through here, but he still won't be able to gain because the Holden will pull away, even if they're in a slipstream. As you can see.
Now he's going to pull away more, yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, even in the slipstream.
So much later on the brakes there.
Mervold over the curb. Balaka around the outside. Balaka around the outside. Balaka's the inside now. He's forcing his way through. He can't really fight with the Holden. He's got away with it. Mervold has got sideways. Don't try and come back at him, Mervold. Oh, I thought I was going to have another go at him there. That was going to end in tears. On Balaka sideways into the next corner. That was determined driving from Balaka. He was not going to give up there.
Balaka knew it. Now he was the chance to take the spot, because now he can pull away here.
Yes, that was a good place to take it, as you say. Because if you take it just before here, you get past once again, so...
Yeah.
It's pretty pointless. 12th place, Andy Oakley. 11th place is Ben Crooks, very lonely at the moment now. But here is Keithley, and he's catching up to this battle between Levesque, Adji and Tveit. This is
It's
very
going to be a
interesting
fun one.
indeed. It's going to be a fun one. It's always fun when French fights involved.
I think Eric is holding him up a little. Here. Ooh, goes wide here, goes wide.
And Tvite's just defending from Adji, and it's just allowing Adji to... Keith is getting on all of this block. Adji's going to try and go on the inside. He went for it, but Tvite was always defending, and Levesque is right there as well. How did they make the way through that without crashing? I've no idea. Levesque was sideways, Adji was hitting the back of it. Adji was sideways as well. Levesque almost drilled the back of them all. And now Keithley is involved. Of course, now Levesque is under great pressure. Keithley
very
dives
late.
back to the inside. That's going to be a great move if he pulls it off. He should pull it off because of the inside line here. It's side by side going out. And he should just have the power to pull alongside. Levesque trying to squeeze him. He should have the power.
He stays on the inside here.
Quite close. Keithley's just going to about have the power. Levesque can get out of it. Thought that was going to be a big impact then. Levesque judged it perfectly. Levesque. Almost hit an Evo Simons there. And here is Adji and Tvite. Adji's determined to get past Tvite, losing speed at the end of each run. Toby Davis is on his penultimate lap.
Opposite.
Supreme. On the formation lap, by the way, we had Toby had gone way out of Eau Rouge, well down the straight, and all the rest, the back of the field was still going out La Source. So that's how big a field we had. But Jay Adji is desperate to get past Eric Tvite. Jay Adji's usually smooth style has been interrupted somewhat by his determination to get past, because he can see who's behind him. He can see Jack Keithley is right in behind and wants him past. Levesque is also there. This is great battling at the end of the race. I think Merville's got past Belarka, you know. Merville's got back past Belarka.
Probably on straight.
Here we are. These two still hard at battle. So Merville's got back past Belarka. Belarka will not be happy about that at all. He's fuming inside, as every car is when they're stuck in behind a Holden. Here is this battle between Levesque and Keithley. And Eric's sideways. Eric's sideways and held on to it.
Stay on the road.
Adji almost hit the back as well. Levesque almost hit the back of Keithley. Rover, Sierra, Alpha. Great racing between them all. All very, very closely matched. Very, very different cars.
I think we need to watch out for this combination game.
That's not going to work. This is not really good because Adji's got... Oh no! Don't make it 3 wide, boys. They're not making it 3 wide. They're now making it 2 wide though, which is bad enough. And Jay Adji
this is going to end bad.
He's squeezing Keithley across. He's squeezing Keithley across. That's good driving from both of them there. They both knew where their places were. Now Levesque has to run because Keithley made a slight mistake. From wide onto the grass. Levesque has to run.
There we go.
Keithley's too late on the brakes. And contact Levesque over the... and it's still the same position.
They stayed in the same position also.
That was unbelievable. Everyone stayed status quo. How on earth they did that, I'm not quite sure. But Keithley carries on. Despite still at the head of this field, I'm sure he's wondering how. Ben Crooks is actually not too far behind this group if they keep bashing doors like that.
Yeah.
It is onto the last lap, however. Toby Davis is still leading. We'll join him for the finish of the race if these guys stop bashing each other. Go through a route again. He had run last time through here.
Yeah,
not quite as tight.
It's slipstream now.
Should have a good slipstream, but maybe it's too close in behind for a good slipstream, perhaps. Keithley's dropped back. Keithley had a good run through a Rouge. Of course, Levesque always struggled down this straight. Now Adji has the outside line this time. Is he going to go for it? Who is...
Watch the brakes,
Who is bravest on the brakes? It's side by side. It's so close. It's so even.
We'll get him.
Adji
good.
gets him. Adji gets ahead. His fight drops back. Keithley gains as a result of them going side by side. Into Rivage they go. Adji just taking a slightly defensive line there. Make sure Eric wasn't even tempted to have a go. Eric's going for the... he's going to go for the run around the outside into the corner with no name then. And down towards Puon they go. Looks like Adji has it under control. Let's go back
needs
up.
to keep it clean now.
I was about to say, go back to the winner. And the winner is Toby Davis. Just missing crossing the line, but fantastic result here. Flashes his headlights in delight. It was a flawless performance. It really was. And all the preparation he's done for this race is fully paying off. There's a couple of donuts on the exit of La Source. There's Yari Benari as well. Fantastic stuff from Toby Davis. The strategy was right, the pace was right, the pole position was right. Second place, Chris
26
Butcher.
seconds still. Oh.
26 seconds, that's a huge, huge gap. Chris Butcher must have made a mistake slightly somewhere because Grief right in behind. Grief's third, Florian Strout is fourth. He'll be pleased with that because it's not the best track for the 635. Fifth place here is Oyala. Coming through the bus stop chicane for the final time, it's great to watch the cars through there.
If it goes smooth.
If it goes smooth, yes, if you don't do an egg beer through there, it's okay. That's great to watch from there as well. Oyala is fifth. Sixth place is Torborg, almost got back at him. Torborg, I think, caught out by the repairing his damage. Seventh place is going to be Jay Adji. Where is
he pulled away a lot.
He's pulled away a lot. Seventh place is Jay Adji. Eighth is going to be...
Oh, Jack Heatley.
And Jack Heatley is back behind Levesque, so Levesque got the better of that battle. So after all that, Ben Crooks is right behind as well. Almost joining them. So 7th Adji, 8th Device, 9th Levesque, 10th was Keithley, 11th Crooks. He was entertained right to the bitter end there. Andy Oakley will be pleased with his solid 12th place. 13th place is going to be Mervold or Balaka. Mervold or Balaka. Mervold has got the inside... Look how slow he's going in there. Making sure that Balaka has no room to come through. And Balaka makes a mistake trying his hardest.
Oh, it was sideways there. Oh.
And Mervold takes that 13th position and he spins across the line in delight. 14th place was Balaka. He's frustrated by that. 15th place is going to be Alberto Asnahi. He'll be very pleased with that. 16th was Evgeny Volkov. A bit disappointing there from the Russian. Actually, I can't remember if it's Ukrainian or Russian actually. We're quite offended now, either way. John Wilson's going to be 17th. He had trouble in pre-practice, but he's had a fairly solid race. We would have hoped for a little bit better than that, because considering the damage to the front of that car, sideways over the line.
And it's really a track for the Holden also, so...
It's a decent track for the Holden. I think Sebring will be even better, though, with those simple corners along straights.
That's true.
And we are joined by the race winner and pole sitter and dominance force in that race. Toby, the preparation paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was... I wouldn't say easy, but it was nice and relaxed up front, and I was a little bit worried about Grief early on. Went for mediums followed by hards. That was the strategy I went for, and it ended up working out for me.
Excellent stuff, obviously, and the strategy worked out. But how about that qualifying session? 1/1000th of a second. You must have been quite worried that that you wouldn't get that pole position that obviously you so coveted.
Oh yeah, I had. It was quite a poor lap, actually, to be honest, my pole position lap. The first run I did, I had a crash to desktop, and the final run I got held up by traffic, so yeah, the pole lap, I wasn't particularly happy with it. I could have gone sort of 3 or 4 tenths quicker, perhaps, but yeah, in the end, pole position, fastest lap, I don't know how much by. I'd seen it was a 31.8, my fastest lap, but I don't know how much that was by.
Well, that pleases me because I tipped you in the prediction game for all 3 of those. So, and Ford to take the, so that's obviously come right for me.
Yeah, the one thing I will say actually is the person that won me that race was Chris Butcher. He managed to get ahead of Talborg and Crooks early on, and really held them up in the first couple of laps. And I'm really pleased for him to be in second place. Pinged him a setup in official practice, and he seems to work for him, and he's ended up in second place. So I'm really pleased for him. So
yeah, that's an excellent result for him. Second place in the first race of the season. I think that win for him is not too far away. I hope that we'll be joined by somebody else in the in here. Let's try and get Ben Crooks or Jesper Torborg in.
I think it was Mr. Barrick was for the moment here. But
Mr. Barrick was here for a Quick Let's have a quick chat with him if we can.
And he's gone now again, so...
He's gone back up to...
That's Mr.
And
Butcher.
Chris Butcher's come here, second place driver. Very well done, Chris. Excellent result for you. You must be very pleased with that, Chris.
Yeah. Spa's not a very good track for me, so I was...
Phil does.
Well, I was just hoping for a top 10 finish. But when I saw I had the pace to keep up with the front runners, I was actually really surprised. So yeah, really happy with that. And of course, it's my best result in WTM to date as well.
Excellent stuff. Another podium for you. Of course, you've won a couple of races in the TPS since the last season of WTM, so you must feel that the first win isn't too far away.
I hope not. I'm working on that one though, but I think I need to do more practice than Toby to do that.
You know, nobody does more practice than Toby. I think it's physically impossible, Chris. So,
well, he was even doing it on my birthday, for God's sake, at my house. So.
We're also joined by Ben. Ben, a bit of a messy race there for you, it has to be said.
It wasn't great.
That's usually the reaction of a Holden driver.
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it? I was like probably the worst driver out there.
Worst driver out there. I'm not quite sure the worst driver out there, but you were pretty high up there in terms of the driving standards.
Yeah, useless.
What happened in the first pit stop? Did you repair damage? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I haven't raced for ages, so I forgot to turn that off.
Yeah, just that sort of thing always happens in the first races. Did Jesper do the same thing?
Yup.
What happened? What happened? You were running third early on. What was the mistake? We didn't catch it on the cameras. What was the mistake that sent you down in the middle of the field?
Bad start. Then I'm fighting with Chris. Then me and Chris go wheel to wheel. Then Jesper comes around outside of me. Then I brake a bit too late. And well, not too late, just too late when you're in a battle. And I just forgot.
Just forgot. Just forgot.
Yeah. I've not raced for ages, so I'm a bit rusty on that.
You're a bit rusty. You see, it serves you right for not racing for a long time. We're also joined by William. William Levesque, who had a very strong run. You also accounted for Evo. I'm sure Evo was
I need to say sorry.
Pleased by that.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything. I mean, I was on the power coming up Eau Rouge, so.
Yeah, it looked like you couldn't do anything about it. But I don't know how you got away with that. Are you surprised you got away with no damage there?
I was really surprised. That's just amazing. I was so scared. I actually closed my eyes on contact. I was like, what?
And of course, you had a great battle with Tveit and Adji and Keithley in the final stages.
Yeah, bit sorry to Keithley, but I mean, it was a bit hard racing. Many times I think he shut the door a bit on me. So,
hey, all's fair in the war. It's fine there. But congratulations on your result. Of course, that's your first race in the World Touring Masters, so you must be pretty pleased with the position you got in the end. Yeah,
of course. It's an amazing race, and with 40 plus people, this was just crazy.
Yes, it was pretty eventful. I almost had a heart attack in the first 3 laps. As to be fair, that's usual in the World Touring Masters. I'm sure our next speaker, the Honourable Mr. Keith Barrick, will agree with that.
Hey guys.
Hey Keith.
I'm a little late to the ball, I know, but I will definitely
it's okay, Cinderella.
I will be back for every race for the remainder of the season, commentating with Ryan as long as I'm still welcome in the booth.
You are still welcome in the booth. You do give me heart attacks even more than when I'm by myself, but never mind. It's great to have you back. Did you catch any of the race at all, or you just?
I just walked in the door. I just figured I'd come in and say hi. I thought I would have missed it all, but I'm glad to see everyone and heard it. I just find out now it's been a good race. So look forward to the next event with you guys.
Excellent, Keith. Cheers for dropping by, and thank you, Eva, for joining me as well after your unfortunate accident. I think you should be co-commentator.
It wasn't really planned, of course.
You can be expert pundit.
Yeah.
That crazy Dutchman. Right. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, you entertain us once again.
Thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
I'll be back on the grid then.
Back on the grid, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully, you'll all be racing. You'll all be near the front, and you'll all have good races. So, thank you all for watching as well, the viewers. It's been a great race, a very eventful race. Lots of incidents. Lots of drivers, of course, as well. But in the end, it was Toby Davies who took the first race win of the season. Second place, Chris Butcher. Third place was Gregory de Grief as well. So it's been a strong race for many contenders here. Toby Davies comes out on top, comes out, of course, with the championship lead. And you can join us again in 2 weeks' time when we go to Sebring. Thank you for watching.